Insights with Terri Ep.231, a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Ep.231. Here's Terri.
Hi everyone, this is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Ep.231. Thanks for joining me on this beautiful, beautiful evening. The sun has just set. I don't know if you can hear the cicadas in the background. I'm surrounded by a turkey, 3 geese, innumerable chickens and ducklings, little chicklets, and 7 adult dogs and 5 little dogs. So the odds of this being a quiet evening is high and low all at the same time. Now, overhead, just now, my dogs are going to bark. Overhead, I don't know if you can hear it. A gaggle of geese just flew by overhead, which is interesting. So I'm watching the reaction because they honked. I'm watching the reaction of my geese, tilting their heads, listening for them. They are very aware that geese just flew overhead. Interesting. And my dogs took off because they don't believe that big birds should fly over the farm because they've seen too many of the little ducklings and the chickens and the adult chickens taken by hawks and birds of prey, animals of prey. So they're very sensitive to anything that could harm the animals on the farm. So I'm sitting in a chair listening to the cicadas, a beautiful breeze. It was a very warm day, and it's a beautiful, beautiful breeze out here now as I'm speaking to you. And I hope that you can feel the energy when you listen to this as well. The calm, the complete ability to be immersed in nature, the beautiful sound of the leaves, the poplar leaves, as the wind filters through them and they move, sounding like water on a bubbling brook. It's just beautiful. I'd like to share it with you. That's what I think my farm is. I would like to see it that way, that it's a place that I can share some serenity with people that might not have access to that type of an environment. So it makes me feel good when I'm able to share that. So let's go to where the planets are for this week of August the 10th through the 17th, 2025. We are still in that Leo energy, and Leo is the lion, as you know, and that's an energy field that can be fiery. It's a fire sign, and it can offer to us some impulsive types of reactions to situations. It also, in the fiery, can be a little leaning towards anger or frustration or impatience. But that impulsiveness is an opportunity to, just go jump on the tractor and do something. Just go jump into the garden and do something without too much thought. And sometimes it's pretty good because sometimes too much thought can stop us. If I think about, I've got to clean this, then I've got to get a bucket, then I've got to get the brush, then I've got to fill the bucket. And by the time I finish thinking about how hard that's going to be, I might take all that energy and stop it. Oh my goodness. Now they're walking over to me. Oh, what can I do? I did this on purpose because I wanted to see what would happen, and we'll see together what's going to happen. So that Leo energy is still there, helping us be impulsive like I just was. Let's do the podcast outside, because I thought it can't be any noisier than inside when I try to make everything quiet. And Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think, how we communicate, that is in retrograde until the 10th. And what I want you to be very careful of is when it goes from retrograde to direct, what can happen for some of us is it's like a catalyst or a crescendo where it just increases in energy. So if you had a difficult time with the retrograde, it may increase for a little bit, causing, it's kind of like an orchestra or Zamfir when he's playing, and it just comes to that top of the crescendo and holds you there and then lets you down or releases you. And so that's what Mercury retrograde is going to do. And that is in Leo as well. So we're looking at what we've had is the opportunity to re-look at things, to reorganize ourselves, to redo things. But mostly what I found in hindsight, for myself and for other people, is that it offered us the opportunity to really go deep, dive real deep in what got us here. It wanted to offer us the opportunity to maybe take some quiet moments, if possible, and try to find our soul's purpose, to try to search our soul's memory, which is not an easy thing to do, because we're brought here mostly without memories of all our other lifetimes. And sometimes we have to work really hard to dig down, to get in touch with the memories of these other lifetimes. Some were very pain-filled, and some were glorious, and some were a combination of everything. But if we went through all of that, it should be remembered, I think. And sometimes in that memory, we're allowed to flourish, to bloom, because we did do it. We did go through that, and we don't have to just mindlessly repeat some of this. I wish I had audio. No, not audio. Visual. Yeah, visual. I wish you could see. I wish you could see the geese standing here looking at me, cocking their heads and turning their heads and trying to figure out who am I talking to in this chair. So that retrograde allowed us, if we took advantage of it, to go back in time, both in this lifetime and in other lifetimes, and maybe bring things forward in a healing kind of a way, in a way that allows for us to understand, resolve, perpetuate if we would like, extinguish if we would rather that, and be better off for the memories and the lessons and where we are now. And it going direct will be a relief for me and many other mercurial persons. Now Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and attraction, is still in that Cancer energy, Cancer being one of family and loyalty and love and connection to friends and places that feel comfortable. It can be hurt very easily. It's very, very sensitive energy, so our joy would be rapid, high, and huge, and our pain or insult or being made less of or slighted could be very blown up too. It's also very, I'm going to say, familiar with guilt. So we have to look at what, at this time in our lives, do we feel guilty about, or what not should we feel guilty about, but what could we have done better, and work with that. And Mars, the planet of drive and passion, is in Libra, so that Libra energy is all about other people, partners, harmony, how to get along with other people, how to compromise, how to waffle with decisions, maybe finding it difficult to make decisions, but how to take other people's interest and well-being into account while we're making the decisions. So all in all, it's a really tremendous energy for us to understand and move forward and try to get the lessons of life that we are being impressed to try to own. Now, the beginning of the week, if you're vulnerable in your little feeties, it's going to be an energy field that can put some pressure on feet that maybe have a plantar's wart or fallen metatarsal, or if you just stand on your feet too much. So our feet are going to speak to us in no uncertain terms. And given that, what we need to do is, excuse me for a second, I am sorry. Usually I don't have neighbors' dogs barking. It's usually pretty calm around here as far as neighbors' dogs, but that somebody must have a visitor and they brought their dog, so we'll just put up with it. Good thing the dogs know sign language. I just told them I would kill them at the end of this if they weren't quiet. So, our feet are going to talk to us. So maybe we need to take care of them. You may have a type of device that you can put your feet on and get that massage, or the TENS, or the Dr. Hose, or massage them yourself, put some essential oils on them. But listen to them, because they're going to tell you when you've done too much, or maybe standing incorrectly. They're supposed to help us with health. A lot of nerve endings end in the feet, so a lot of body issues can be diagnosed through the feet, reflexology. And both the middle of the week, it bounces right up to our head, our teeth, our tongue, and our arteries. So if you're vulnerable in that area, what you might want to do is you might want to just look at why would I get a headache? Am I taking care of parts of the body that sometimes go unattended to? Who really attends to their tongue? And, you know, some people don't look at their teeth as well. And who really spends time figuring out their arteries? So these are hidden mechanisms in our body that we're supposed to pay attention to for the middle of the week. And then towards the end of the week, that's going to move down to the neck, the vocal cords, the throat, thyroid. So if you have a thyroid issue, or if you tend to have any issues with your throat, vocal cords, it can raise its head in that realm. Now, when I say the vocal cords, I think some of the energy field right now is trying to get us to speak our truth, to be vocal in a good way, a kind way, especially with that Cancer energy, to say what we need to say in a kind way, take opportunities to make these events learning opportunities, maybe for other people as well. One of the big things that was a takeaway for me trying to get information for you this week was this phrase that kept repeating over and over and over for me so I could share it, was we need to try to be conscious and awake and aware. How can I be of service? If we meditated, for instance, on that phrase, how can I be of service? I always figure I have to do a favor for God because He's always doing things for me. And when I say He, I'm saying the universal force, the one, our source. That's what God is for me. It's that total energy that we're all part of. And to be of service, because so many favors are done for me in a day, in a minute, in an hour, by the source, that I always feel like I would like to pay Him back. I know it's not about that. I do know it's not about that, but I want to be of service. So asking in that meditative energy field, what would you like me to do for you or for other people? And situations were put into my experience to help me take advantage of that. Just little tiny stupid things that would be of no consequence to anybody else were offered to me. Picking up the crayons that a child dropped so that the mother didn't feel bad. Holding the door, making eye contact, picking up something that somebody dropped and making eye contact when that happened. Just little tiny things. It's not about saving the world. It was about just making that connection with a human being for that moment in time. Letting that person know that they're alive, they exist, somebody sees them. And so I was presented with all those opportunities this week, which and then it grew and it grew and it grew. And it just got bigger and bigger. I don't mean saving the world bigger. I mean bigger in my heart, bigger in my stomach, bigger in my hormones, where I had dopamine running all over the place because I was so darned happy at being offered the opportunity to do little things that made me feel good about it. Feel good about so many things. So many things could have gone wrong this week because there were doors for them to go wrong. And they didn't. They all meshed and worked out beautifully. And again, dopamine running all over my body because I know that I didn't work them out. That was the universe working them out. So what they want us to do is take that moment. Some people call it meditation. It could be walking meditation. It could be a song. It could be meditation while you're in a good song or a good saying or a good book, or just standing there for one moment watching the geese preen, which is what I'm doing right now, and being aware of the surroundings, the sounds behind us, and that shift in consciousness. That is what's happening. There's a huge shift in consciousness that's happening, and that shift, I think, is showing, for me anyway, just this lowly human, a divide. And I'm seeing where the divide is getting deeper and deeper, where some humans are leaning on the side of anger and materialism and power and jealousy and hatred. Just mean Joe Green. And then the others are awakening. They're being born again. They're shifting their awareness. And that other side is a shift in consciousness, learning to be aware, to be in the moment, to see the whole picture, not just their side of the picture, the whole picture, as much as a human being can. See the compassion, see what two sides of the coins look like. When I do something for somebody else, what I feel, them allowing me to do it for them, and what they feel receiving it, and vice versa, switching that around. Or the pain of somebody. When you stand there and you look at them and you can feel their pain. So they're allowing us this shift in consciousness through awareness and seeing that whole picture with compassion, understanding, no judgment, just kindness and love. And that's where they're trying to take us for this week, actually for the rest of our lives. So they want us to connect to others. That could mean calling people and having a coffee with them, inviting people over to your place, going over to their place, meeting in a restaurant. It doesn't matter. But they want us to try to connect with people of the same mind, the same thoughts, because that doubles the energy. I know in the Bible it says when two or more are of the same mind, it doubles that energy, and then that's true. That's prayer groups. I've seen a couple of instances lately with that working in prayer groups. And it's not about praying for what you want. It's praying for the right thing to happen. I see so many people stuck in a straight line where they say to God, please heal this cat. I want this cat to be better. I want its kidneys to be better. But maybe that's not the whole picture. Maybe the source had something else in mind, and we have to be flexible and adaptable with that. I just want the good, the best for everybody to happen, and our prayers should mirror that. So that energy that doubles when two or more, and sharing that, inspiring other people by your deeds or your happiness or your joy, the actions that you did or that you were given that make it grow and grow and grow. Humans need this community. We need it now more than ever. I think the United States got in trouble because of lack of community. Because of, well, look at protectionism. What is that? That's throwing everybody else in the world away and just looking at yourself. It doesn't matter that somebody else will suffer. It doesn't matter that this is going to hurt another country. It doesn't matter that this will hurt another race. It only matters that we make ourselves safe. Look at where it's getting them. Look at where it's going. Look at the harm that's being done. So I think we're being shown a contrast to instead look at community, embrace everything and everybody. And so I think that's our task for the people that are waking up and becoming aware. Just one voice in the void is going to make a huge difference. Now, on that note, I want to leave you with that. I want to leave you, if I can, with the thought to maybe take some quiet moments and do some meditating so that you can connect to your source and find out what the signals that your source want. I see so many people, myself included, get busy and miss the signals entirely and completely. And even when people are telling me, 5 times I heard that same phrase this week, and I thought, didn't it dawn on you? at all that the universe was trying to knock on your door and get you involved in this scenario? So take that moment, take that minute, take those 10 minutes, 5 minutes, day, hour to try to reflect and be in a place where you're willing to receive the nudges that the universe is trying to offer us. And that's our homework for this week. I'm going to work on it, and I hope you get a chance to work on it too. Just ask for situations that you need to grow and to learn. And it'll be given to you, believe me. But ask them to be gentle. So sometimes I think they get optimistic. So on that note, if you need a reading for yourself, or you would like to spend some time, don't hesitate to text or call 519-726-6699. I'd be happy to book an appointment for you. You can email me at terri.coutts@gmail.com. Charlie has us on all kinds of platforms. I've said it so many times that I don't think it bears repeating, and I thank you so much, Charlie, for uploading this for us and taking all that time that you do for us, and he does that out of the goodness of his heart. He has the radio station streaming, the big number 8 radio, where you can take advantage of listening to all that good music from the 70s, the 80s. Oh, it's just so good. It just brings you back in time. Even if you're a young person, it brings you back in time. So thanks again, everybody, for sharing your time with me. I hope you have a lovely week, and I hope you get some experiences that you get to share with other people and help you be in the place that you need to be. Have a wonderful week, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Visit Terri's website at terriworld.com. TERRI world.com.